Hey, guys, Altovise Pelzer here, the voice coach, coming to you with another episode of the Speak Easy podcast, where we go behind the scenes talking about what it means to be the successfully paid speaker and author. I am coming to you live on this amazing Thanksgiving afternoon. Super excited to talk to you guys because I wanted to hit on a topic really quickly. That whole non-traditional thing. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. I don't know about you, but I've had many years as a child where I had to eat turkey for about a month straight because we still had leftovers. How about you? Everything else was gone except the turkey. And I've never really been big on ham, but some of that was left over too. But oh, that turkey was sure enough left over. And we had everything from turkey sandwiches to turkey meatloaf to turkey. It was horrific. I think I speak for most children who are now adults that our parents traumatized us. I mean, some people went and they kept on the tradition of, doing that whole Thanksgiving meal with the turkey and the stuffing. And granted, I did it for quite some time. But I'm going to tell you what changed, and it definitely hit a nerve for me. You guys know I am the unicorn, and so everything I do is different anyway. So with that being said, I have children who, they just don't do traditional. Sorry. Not really sorry. And I think last year we did Indian. I don't remember what we did the year before, but I think we haven't had a turkey for maybe about 4, possibly 5 years now. Simply because it's just not something that they wanted to have. Now, granted, there's some other things they wanted. Macaroni and cheese is a staple, of course. Sweet potatoes, that part. But I think it was just, the fact that they just wanted something different. They just wanted to try something different, do something different, or do something that they already knew that they would love. So this year, here we go with non-traditional again. The request was for meatloaf and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and fried greens and cabbage. That part. Now, why am I talking about all of this amazing food? First of all, I'm talking about it because it's Thanksgiving. But not only that, I'm talking about it because guess what? I look at my business in the same way. I look at me as a speaker in the same way. I'm so non-traditional. I don't fit into most circles. And matter of factly, I've been told by quite a few people, well, no, not quite a few. I've been told by some people that, I needed to change how I spoke. I needed to change the type of clothes that I wore. I needed to change my mannerisms. And it was interesting because the people that were saying it often weren't doing the things that they were telling me to change. They weren't standing on a stage at all. They were in the audience. And so first things first, I want to say to you, when it comes to living your life, when it comes to standing in your level of expertise, sometimes you got to stop listening to the people in the crowd. You got to stop listening to the audience, stop listening to the people in the stands, because they only see one view of what it is that you're doing. They're being entertained. That's why they're there. But now someone who's on the stage beside you may see something and say, hey, you may want to look at this, or you may want to add that. Now, those I do not take for granted, especially if it's someone who has been in the industry for quite longer than I have. Why? Because I see value in what it is that they are giving. I see value in their words and their time that they're taking to speak over me. But I still had to just be me. So many of you coming into the industry have a hard time with standing out. Now, I know many of you remember the movie Old School, and he was running through the streets butt ball naked. Why? Because he was intoxicated. Don't let it be that in your business, your brand, as a speaker or an author, that somebody has to put you in an inebriated state almost in order for you to do something that's outside of the box. Something that can really take your business and brand to a whole nother level. It's necessary. I mean, let's be honest. Right now, there are a whole bunch of speakers that sound like the Dry Eyes guy. Tea and shade. There are a whole bunch of speakers that show up and they all look the same. They all have the same hairstyles. They all have the same clothes. They all wear the same drab colors. Be the one that walks in with something orange or something yellow. Be the one that comes in with pink hair. Be the one that stands out. As long as your message is one that is going to resonate with your target audience, then guess what? You have to be comfortable with you. So I'm going to tell you something, and I'm saying it from a personal perspective. Oftentimes, when you find yourself trying to fit in, you're doing all of this work to fit in. You find yourself stressed out, depressed, and ready to quit. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and it's not meant to go there. And even if you get it in, there are going to be spaces that you have not filled. Somebody better catch that. Somebody better catch that in their shanana. That part is so valuable. That part is valuable. Even if you fit that square peg into that round hole, guess what? There's still going to be empty spaces that you have not filled. That means that there's going to be opportunities that you can't be at because you're at the wrong opportunities. That means that there's going to be places where you spent money and time and energy that awarded you no return on the investment that you made. There are going to be opportunities and moments where you're in certain communities, and instead of it making you thrive and move to another level and pushing you, they are draining you. And it's all because of your fear of standing out. Your fear of looking like the crazy person running down the street streaking. Well, guess what? Sometimes you just got to run down the street and streak. Sometimes you just got to get out there and do what's going to work best for you. Because I can guarantee you this. Most times, your target audience is waiting for you. They're waiting for you to take off the mask. They're waiting for you to stop trying to show up like everybody else. They're waiting for your authentic voice. So being non-traditional, okay, let's go. When we look at the Eric Thomas and we look at the Gary Vaynerchuks, they're non-traditional. The things that they're doing, how they show up is non-traditional. When we look at the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts, they're non-traditional. Some may call them weird. But the reality is that they just chose to stand in their greatness. How much longer will you play around and not stand in yours? Man, I am like on fire. And I was thinking about this as we move towards doing this meetup in Philadelphia on December 14th. And I'm like, man, we're going to be in there. Small business owners, I'm ready to go in. I hope they're not looking for a business suit. I hope they're not looking for heels. I hope they're not. Listen, I am about to take them to a whole nother level. But it's because I'm about impact. It's because I don't attempt to do it like everybody else is doing it. So I'm okay with standing out. I'm not mad about that at all. So, with that being said, kick the turkey to the curb. If you are not somebody that likes turkey like that, why are you still cooking it? Don't worry, I'll wait. Why are you still eating it for 3 months? If you are not the person that likes turkey, if you're not the person that likes ham, what are you doing? And it's just sitting and sitting and sitting. Instead, fix something that your family really wants. Fix something that you really want. Fix that thing that's going to make you happy and them happy, and then keep it moving. And if turkey ain't it, by all means, let that turkey go. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know who came up with the idea of having turkey for Thanksgiving. Have you seen turkeys? They're gangster. They a little thuggish. That may be the issues that we're having in the world, is because some of y'all are taking on these traits of these turkeys. Listen, I get it though. When you're coming into the industry, you want to fit in. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to ruffle any feathers. Pun intended. You don't want to create any waves. But the only way for you to reach the level of success you're trying to achieve is if you create waves. The only way that you're going to stand out is if you create waves. So create them. Live in it. Enjoy it. Ride the wave. I am excited about where we are going with the podcast for next year, about where we are going as far as the World Voice League. Yes. Which is a virtual network of female speakers and entrepreneurs coming together to impact social change. I am excited because guess what? We're about to touch people on a whole nother level. We're about to take people to a whole nother level. And you better get in while you can. You definitely want to make sure that you are coming and joining in. Now, for all of you entrepreneurs that are out there that got your Black Friday and Small Biz Saturday and Cyber Monday sales, rock it out this weekend. Take the world by storm. I know that entrepreneurs have been killing it within the last few years, pulling in some amazing numbers. Speakers and authors, you could be pulling in those same numbers if you have a plan. So make sure that plan is in place, so that way when it's time, people can go and press that button, as the amazing April Beverly would say, press that buy, smack that buy button. So that way you can get paid and you can level up. I'm not going to do the song though. I won't do that for you. I'm not going to do y'all like that. But guys, I'm super excited. So I would like you guys to let me know how you think we're doing with the podcast. The information that's coming to you, is it resonating with you? Is it something that you really love? Give us a review over on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, by going to bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast Show. We want to make sure that the changes that we are making within the show are going to fit the lifestyle that you're trying to live as a successfully paid speaker or author. Also, when it comes to the guests, guys, have y'all been loving some of the guests that have been coming on? I mean 6- and 7-figure earners who are speaking, writing, who have their own publishing companies. These are the people that you want to connect with. So make sure that you're checking out replays, hearting us up, sharing it out if you're over on the Facebook page, because guess what? This would not be happening without the Speakeasy Podcast listeners. Without you, there is no Speakeasy Podcast, and we definitely appreciate you. So we have some merch that'll be coming for you guys come 2020. I told you guys we're about to take it to a whole nother level. I'm excited. So don't forget, leave a review, shout us out Connect with us, share this one out, let somebody know that you are ready to be non-traditional when it comes to being a speaker. With that being said, guys, until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.